Hola and welcome to Clarifying Christianity. I'm Jono.
And I'm Barrick, and here in Clarify Christianity, we have 3 goals. The first is to respond, the second is equip, the third is encourage. Jono, what do those mean?
First is to respond. We're responding to things that tons of people have talked about. We by no means have all the answers. We just want to start the conversation here as well. So this is us doing that. We want to equip you to do the same, to start thinking outside the box, ask questions, join in the conversation, and start thinking differently. And last, encourage, because ultimately, it doesn't even matter if we know more information if we don't love Jesus more because of it. Mm-hmm. So for everything we talk about, I hope that it's a glossary. A glossary of terms that help you understand your faith or the faith you're exploring more. That would be amazing.
Yes, absolutely.
But at the very least, I hope that it makes you think differently about Jesus and love him more. So, all right, today we're talking about a verse that sometimes gets used all kinds of different ways. I'm going to read just the verse and then we'll give some context.
Okay, cool.
Sound good?
Yes,
that sounds good.
All right, this is the verse.
So in Philippians chapter 4, Philippians is a fantastic book of the Bible. Here goes. 4:13. I can do all things through him who gives me strength.
I've never heard that one before.
What?
That's so new to me. Oh my gosh.
Does that mean I can fly if I jump off of a building?
Wait, does that mean that I can win my football game if I pray hard enough?
You don't play football.
I know.
That's not what it means at all. None of that.
Okay.
But people use it all the time to justify things that they think are otherwise impossible feats.
Yeah.
Right? We attach this to actions, not attitudes. And it actually is speaking more to an attitude mindset than it is an action or ability.
Yeah.
That's an important distinction. So let's explore the context.
Yeah.
Paul is writing this letter, right, to the church in Philippi.
Yep.
Great people. And he's writing to them from prison.
Yep.
And then they offered him money. They were like, and food and everything else. They were like, we'll just send everything. We want to help you, Paul, because we love you and you're great. Yeah. And that sounds like such a Christian-y thing to do.
And actually, they already did before this.
That's true, yeah. And so it's like, oh, way to go, Philippians. So here we go. Starting in verse 10, to provide some context, he goes, I rejoiced greatly in the Lord that at last you renewed your concern. For me. Indeed, you were concerned, but you had no opportunity to show it. So he's basically responding to the gifts and all the love that had been shown and the people that came, saying, wow, you guys care and now you can show it, and that's awesome. Yeah. He says, but I'm not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstance. I know what it means to be in need. I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all of this through him who gives me strength.
Wow. I feel like it's way more poetic and more beautiful with the whole thing. Anyway,
yeah, it is.
That's just me.
So he says this secret of contentment.
Yeah.
It makes it sound like this mystery to be uncovered and discovered. So what is it? Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it seems like Paul, he's like, hey, guess what, everyone? I've actually figured out how to be content when I am rich and poor. You've heard that like at weddings and stuff, rich or poor, whatever.
Who's Richard? I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, basically, Paul's figured out, whatever his circumstance, to be content. And he's done that through, I think, his foundation, his trust in God, that God will take care of him no matter what, that God's with him no matter what. And he has actually found contentment in that beyond his circumstances, because his circumstances were not good. Yeah, they weren't good. But he was still content, which is insane.
And I think another part to what you just said is it's not even about what God can do for us, because we pray this prayer of I can do all things because of him, right? And there's truth in that. But it really, contentment is rooted in this understanding of what Christ already did. Meaning, if I die tomorrow or if I starve for the next week, Jesus still did something that changed my life forever and for all eternity. Yep. And for that, I'm content. And so it's a backwards looking more than a forwards looking. And so that's a mentality. And so that's his secret of contentment here. Yeah. And I love that he says this early on. He says, I am in need, I'm not saying this because I'm in need. I'm not in need is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like a good litmus test for you to decide, are you really content? Because let's just say it. I don't think we're very good no one is good at being content.
No.
I know I'm not.
No.
And we're always looking for the next fix, the next like, the next post, the next Amazon order. We're looking for the next show or whatever. We're not content with what we have where we are. And so a good test is to say in any given week,
Yeah.
you're probably going to have a bad day, right?
Yeah.
7 days, one bad one at least.
Yeah.
You're going to have a day you're just not very fond of. In those moments, can you still think of other people? I mean, Paul wrote this massive letter. That's so selfless for a man who's not hungry and in prison.
Yeah.
Or who's
Is
hungry
and
in prison.
Yeah.
This is considerate.
Yeah.
Can you still think of other people? Now, don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I get it. Sometimes you need to be the one receiving the love. You need to be the one that is being reached out to.
Yeah.
But generally, if you're going to have 5 or 6 or 7 bad days in a month, at least a few of them, you should examine yourself.
Yeah, and when you're content, I think that plays out in the fact that we are truly humble. And someone who thinks that they're humble or like never humble, it's very elusive. But C.S. Lewis classically said, humility isn't thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less.
Yeah.
And so thinking through that lens, okay, am I thinking a lot about myself and how bad this situation is, and God, why aren't you helping me? Or like, God, why'd you let me lose that football game? I don't know why I'm stuck on football. Or why did this bad thing happen? I thought I could do all things for you. Instead, focusing elsewhere, focusing on what Christ has done and will continue to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a firm foundation that
Indeed.
always offers security and contentment.
Yeah.
I hope you explore it.
Yes.
Keep talking about it. Love y'all.
Yep. Bye, everyone.
See ya.